Hi! Today, our presentation is on a very important topic that I've been dying to cover for a very long time. Today, we're going to be discussing whether Punggol is going to be Singapore's next CBD or not. So, everyone knows, everyone here, I'm pretty sure we're all Singaporean, right? We all know that Singapore is a great country, but there is this one specific town that wants to be Singapore's next CBD. So today, I'll give you an insight of what to expect. Okay, so yeah. So, here's a little bit of a background on my talk today. So, first of all, CBD in Singapore is a very popular place. It's full of buildings and maybe not houses, but it's full of buildings and makes a lot of money. And it apparently is not good enough because the Singapore game developer wants to make a second CBD in our country. Our country is already so small, and yet we want another CBD. But of all places, they had to choose Punggol. So today's talk will be discussing whether Punggol is fit enough for Singapore's next CBD. I'm your host, Legocraze, Jordan Chua. Thank you very much for joining this afternoon's talk. Here we go. So, first of all, let's break down what is a CBD. Some of you guys may be a little bit confused as to what a CBD actually is, so I got you covered. First of all, a CBD is a central business district, and a CBD, which also means central business district, is a city in Singapore, and it's called a CBD, which is also known as a central business district. So, what does a CBD contain? So, a CBD, which also means a central business district, contains high-rise buildings, financial institutions, busy streets, transportation hubs, and not really a lot of people like to live in the CBD, even though it may be a dream. So, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of residential areas in here. So a CBD, which also means central business district, has all these features. So I'm glad that you guys now know what a CBD means, which also means a central business district. So some of you guys may not be very familiar as to where Singapore CBD actually is located. As you can see, you may not really So, where is Singapore CBD? Is right here. Right there. So it's located in the south of Singapore and away from all of the residential areas of the place, because not many countries have a plan to build a CBD in the middle of houses, because that's just a little bit confusing, right? So here are some images of Singapore CBD. As a matter of fact, Singapore CBD makes over $1,000 CBD in Singapore CBD. As you can see, the CBD, we have many buildings over here. And look at this beautiful place. We have even an Apple store in the middle of a CBD. This is like nothing I've ever seen before. So, why am I sharing with this today? Well, because that's actually not really what I'm sharing today. That was just an insight as to what CBD means. Now we're going to take a look whether Punggol is ready for Singapore's next CBD. Is the CBD ready? Let's have a look. So, about Punggol. Punggol is here's a vivid description paragraph about Punggol, Singapore. Punggol is a planning area and contains history and transformation, sustainable focus, waterfront living, modern town with amenities, ongoing development. Overall, Punggol presents. I hope this presentation. So now that we're a little bit more familiar with what Punggol is, because I'm pretty sure not a lot of people goes to Punggol, so it may be a little bit unclear as to where it even is or what even is in Punggol. Well, I'm here to share with you that Punggol is in fact a pretty beautiful place. As you can see, we have amazing malls. Look at that, beautiful, ginormous shopping malls. We also have the Punggol Beach with the rocks and sands and a beautiful sunset. Whoever photographed this was beautiful. I mean, like, the photograph they took was beautiful, not them. That's all. So Punggol doesn't really have that many things after all, actually. It only has these two beautiful things. But anyways, let's just move on. Maybe just the tip of the iceberg. But we're just gonna move on straight into the $1 million question, which is Punggol ready for a CBD? No, it's not. And I know this may be a little bit of a controversial take, but the whole point of me having this talk is to convince you guys that Punggol is in fact not Singapore's next CBD and is not ready for it. But why, some of you may ask? Well, I'll dive into your doubts. Don't worry, we are here to change your minds today. I can read your minds. Today, we're going to cover on the dark side of Punggol. So some of you may be a little bit shocked, like, whoa, Punggol has a dark side? Well, yeah, it's true. Every town has a dark side, including Tampines. It's not CBD ready. Punggol is not CBD ready because of these reasons. Here we go. Let's dive right in. So as you can see, just now I've already shared with you guys all of the amazing features of Punggol. As you can see, there's amazing malls and the Punggol beach. But are they really that amazing? Waterway Point, one hit wonder. Punggol Beach, who even goes to the beach nowadays? Why is the point of going to a beach when you have swimming pools available where you can just swim in it clean, free of sand, don't need to worry about any sharks, stingrays? Just go to the swimming pool. Why go to the beach with all the menacing rocks? And the mall is just a one-hit wonder. That's all they are known for, Waterway Point. What else is in Punggol, you tell me? Right, nothing. So, here are the hidden sites of Punggol. You know how usually people say, oh, here is Singapore's hidden gem. Yeah, these are the hidden disasters of Punggol. Number one, awful traffic. Look at how bad the traffic is in Punggol, with mountains of cars bumper to bumper in traffic, constant honking, noisy. So now let me ask you this. Again, I like to stress a lot of rhetorical questions that you guys should ask whenever I give a speech like this, which is Singapore CBD really meant to have these kind of things? It's a little bit unprofessional, right? How are we supposed to build a CBD in a place where there's already bad traffic to begin with? Yeah, you may argue the CBD has bad traffic, but that was because the CBD was built, then the bad traffic came in. This one already had bad traffic to begin with. And even with the LRTs, it's still like this. So how? Well, the awful traffic is definitely not good for CBDs at all. Even if we manage to build a CBD in here, the traffic will cause congestion, noisiness. How are we supposed to function in a noisy CBD? We can't. So how are we supposed to travel in the CBD? Well, you can just take the bus, or don't need to take cars. Yeah, even the bus is going to get stuck in here, so there's really no point to having such a... Number two, the transport is a little bit like wonky. Look at this. Punggol, because of how much congestion there is, studies have shown that traffic is bad enough already. But how would you expect buses to come into Punggol? There's going to be accidents everywhere, poor driving, and mixed with the bad traffic, it's just awful. What will happen if people get injured? What if there was someone standing over here and they get injured? That's right. It's not good. Not CBD ready. Number three, the water is unclean. What is this, man? You tell me what is this? Lady claims Punggol's food court tap water is contaminated. Okay, don't read the rest, but it's contaminated, and who wants dirty water, you tell me? No one wants it. It's not CBD ready. How are we supposed to even progress if we don't even have proper sanitation for water, you tell me? And number four, noisy people. This is the biggest one of all. This is my biggest pet peeve, actually. Noisy people are my biggest pet peeve, especially those who just don't even care about other people and just talk and talk, shouting. CBD is meant for serious activities. CBD is Singapore's place to earn money, to grow big, not for these kind of noisy activities. And look at that. They're not even wearing shoes. They're bare feet. It's a little bit dirty if you ask me. Studies show that over 1,000 people walk on Singapore. So with the amount of bacteria that's going onto your feet, and then the fact that you go home and step in your house, yeah, it's pretty disgusting if you ask me. Not CBD ready. We had enough. Fed up Punggol residents call cops over raccoons' teeth, including one who kicking lift. So you tell me, how are you supposed to lift in Punggol if people are kicking your lift? That's right. How? It's another rhetorical question. You better answer it. Right. Refusing to answer because I'm right. It's true. Noisy people cause disturbance, make CBD no longer serious, money's not be able to gain. 21 million Punggol residents move out every year due to the intense reasons. And if you ask me, it's really not surprising at all. With all of these factors, I would move out of Punggol immediately. In fact, anywhere. If the Punggol the noise, you may think you're just stretching it. I would still stay in Punggol. It's a nice town after all. After all, there's Waterway Point. This is another reason. Too many bowling alleys. I've done this talk before in the past where bowling is really bad for you. You better go check it out after this talk is finished. As you can see, I love how when I give speeches, I can link to from one topic to another, because in life, we can't just only focus on one thing. We have to always focus on everything that we... Bowling alleys are not serious activities. And what is a CBD for? Serious activities. Money making, cash flow. Not for childish Darren Bobert activities. So what's the point of a bowling alley? What's the point of putting all these kind of things in a place that is about to be Singapore's next CBD? Why would you put an activity where people roll balls and hit pellets? Oh! Right, sorry, that was a stage change. Okay, so why would they put bowling alleys in here, if you ask me? It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make sense for a CBD to adopt this kind of childish activities. So again, I like to always provide a case study for all of the talks I give, because in a case study, we have verifiable and liable evidence to back up all of my claims today. All of my claims today, you guys may not be agreeing with it because it's freaking hot. All of you guys may not be agreeing with my claims today because it is not backed up by any evidence. But this is my evidence right now. Here we go. Exhibit A, the transport. As you can see, I stressed about the transport just now and how it was congested and all. Well, some of you already are arguing in the chat. I can't see it actually, but some of you are already arguing that why congest yourself in the buses or even the cars where you can just take the LRT? Well, look at this. Teck Lee LRT station took over 20 years to open. You took 2 decades to open the shutters of a LRT station that's already been built back in 2004. A little bit long if you ask me. Also, don't think I forgot your scrapped LRT plan. I do a lot of research on my stuff, and I know that you scrapped an LRT plan. So don't try to hide it. I know it. Exhibit B, the food. So, yeah, again, a lot of arguments happening. I can already hear it, that people are arguing where CBD is not meant to be a place where people eat cheap stuff or even function a cheap life. But can you tell me if this is justifiable? Netizens outraged over nasi padang, and this cost $8. $8 for this thing. What is this? You tell me? That is not nasi padang to me. The high costs do not justify whatever they are giving, and it's beyond embarrassing. If Singapore's CBD is supposed to be the icon and where everybody is supposed to be visiting, all the tourists are coming, this is very embarrassing to everyone and to all Singaporeans who Exhibit C, the people who want to live in Punggol but can't, but somehow they still appreciate Punggol like how they already do. I am here to counter all of your arguments that you guys have been giving about Punggol, and I'm here to change how you view Punggol. And so, candidate number 1 says, it has nature and animals. Yeah, sure, Singapore is a green city after all. We have animals everywhere, some even going onto the roads, getting hit by cars. But overall, Singapore is a place for animals. But if it is a CBD, do you really want animals to be going into your house, more or less your office? Monitor lizard wanders the 11th floor in Punggol flat captured by NParks. I know, I can always hear arguments, okay? People may think that Punggol, Pepto-Bismol, the animals in Punggol are not able to disrupt office work. But if they can climb 11 floors, isn't that a little bit concerning? What will happen if you're working halfway through and a monitor lizard appears into your office, where everyone, big companies and industries which move into Singapore get face to face with a monitor lizard? It's a little bit shocking if you ask me. Oh. So, candidate number 2 says that Punggol has a lot of stuff, cute HDBs, bridges. Well, yeah, it may be cute, but is it really going to be cute for that long? Punggol BTO residents also complained about the moldy facilities. HDB says all flats get 2 coats of algae-resistant paint. We can't even maintain our own houses. How are we supposed to maintain an entire CBD in Singapore's new CBD to be in Punggol? And bridges, you chumps of 3-meter high Lorong Chuan pedestrian bridge at Punggol for a swim below. So again, we're going to link back to all of the points I stated just now, all of these evidences that I found. Not only is it creating noise, it's creating an embarrassment for our CBD. It's slippery, it's bad. I just don't see how Punggol is going to be fit enough for Singapore's next CBD. And then the third candidate says, shut down CBD now and it's gone. Well, let me ask you a question. If we shut down Singapore's CBD, it will really be better? Check this out. How much money does Singapore's CBD generate? Singapore's 2023 GPD is $637 or $449 with a capital land vouchers of $133,799. That is how much the CBD in Singapore makes. But if we take that away, we're only going to left with Punggol's CBD. And how much does Punggol make? About $4. So you ask me, is it really viable to take away Singapore's CBD? I think it's a little bit strange if you ask me. Well, we're gonna move on to the next candidate, which I appreciate. We're not here to only talk about the bad things. We're here to talk about the good things. Even Yishun is better than Punggol. It's a take which I still disagree. So after all of this talking and so much communication on Punggol and talking about how Punggol is actually not ready for Singapore's next CBD. How can we improve this? There's always a solution to every problem that you have. So how can we solve this? Well, this is a map of Punggol, as you can see, a beautiful town. And this is where the next CBD is planned to be built, right up there. But of all the problems that we already have in Punggol, I strongly believe that we should get rid of Punggol. And we should not even think about it. Because not only do we need to not make the new CBD, we do not need to worry about all of the ongoing problems that are causing a huge financial crisis in our country. And we can just leave it as it is. Good old water. So what can this actually improve? Well, this is the timeline of what will happen when Punggol gets removed off Singapore. Number 1, there will be an absence of Punggol, which allows less drama in Singapore. Like, there will be no more people jumping off bridges, there will be no more people playing football bare feet. Number 2, there will be a decrease in traffic congestion. In fact, this is wrong. It's not even a decrease. There will be no more traffic congestion because there's no more Punggol to have any congestion in it. Number 3, there'll be less cash to maintain the LRT system because there is no more LRT system. And number 4, and last but not least, we have more land for more activities in Singapore. Okay, maybe a bit land is a little bit wrong in this case again because it was kind of replaced by water, but it's okay. So, $8,873,536,042 will be earned when Punggol goes away. And Singapore will regain back 3,889 kilometers of land again. Singapore is a small country. We do not have the land to experiment all of this kind of we do not have the land to waste in all of these kind of activities that may not be beneficial for Singapore. And look at these benefits. How many MRT stations can we build with this amount of money? Thank you very much for attending this talk. I'm your host, Jordan Chua. Do you have any questions? I'm here to answer them. Because, every time there's always people disagreeing with each other, and I know a lot of you guys may be disagreeing with me, especially with this very controversial topic which I've talked about today. So I would like you guys to ask some questions. Very good. There's nobody asking questions, which means I'm right. I will always be right. Punggol is not ready for Singapore's next CBD. And that's all. Thank you very much, Ted, for inviting me for today's talk. May you have a great weekend ahead. Thank you.